This world was devastated before I was born. A harsh, bleak place where we live in eternal darkness. Life is a struggle, and people live without hope. How did this happen? No one will answer me directly, but they always point to the flames. These flames, they burn away at my world, destroying everything in their path. They come from an eternal life form that we cannot truly defeat, the flames of disaster known as Iblis.
Silver!
Blaze, what's wrong?
He's appeared again!
And welcome back to Let's Play Sonic 06. Last time we finished up Shadow's medal collecting a couple months ago, I think. And yeah, it didn't take a whole year this time, so that's cool. Silver's storyline is actually not as much to dread. We already kind of knew that. So yeah, we throw things at enemies. That's Silver for ya. To me, Silver is actually the second best playable character of the mains. Sonic being the worst, ironically, Shadow being the best. Because Shadow feels like, you know, a good mixture of speed and control, while Sonic just feels like kind of a mess. Silver is the slowest character, so he doesn't like have as many bugs, I would say. But he also isn't as fast to the point where it can make navigation a little bit of a chore. Remember that field in Soliana Forest? Yeah, that's not fun to navigate as Silver. That's all I'm gonna say about that. What about it? What about the tornado, Silver? Context, please. Okay, so first medal as Silver is right here. Piece of cake, right? Well, they're not all gonna be like that, sadly. Those Silver's medals, as far as I can remember, really aren't that bad. There's nothing like Shadows, like that stupid thing with Shadows Crisis City, where you literally have to jump off the edge of the stage and then just kind of hover down very, very gently. There's nothing that bad, but there's nothing that, like, remarkable that I can remember, so just average. Sonic's medals are also really terrible because of the super speed zones, or whatever the heck they're called. I don't know.
I can wipe them out if I hit that pipe right.
Apparently I hit the pipe right. Okie dokie. Second medal is actually right here. Drop down here. Second medal. Piece of cake. I missed a life. There's actually a life at the very beginning of the stage that I totally ran by. Oh well. Hopefully we won't need that. I have a feeling we will, though. By the way, the lock-on is, like, non-existent. It auto-locks like traditional Sonics, but it doesn't always work. Most of the time, yeah, but one of the worst things is sometimes when you collect multiple objects, they all crash into each other, and that's really bad. You can actually waste all of your projectiles immediately by accident if they all run into each other, which is really not good design. Wait here. And then that thing comes up, which allows you to get the item more easily.
When it opens its mouth, that's my chance.
Or you can just fling the stuff at it indiscriminately, that works too. So, third, okay, that was interesting. Third medal, oh wow, camera is really wanting to kill me right now. Third medal is over here. Do not use the R trigger move on the beam to launch yourself across. You want to fly over here first, because it's somewhere over here, though I don't actually know where. By the way, throwing stuff does not actually give you certain items, so that kind of sucks. So that item is too high up for us, so we can actually just jump on top of this and lift ourselves up to the medal. That's pretty cool. Now, I don't quite remember where the next medal is. I did a practice run, but it was last year, so that was great planning. I think it's around here. I want to say it's around here. This guy stuns enemies nearby. The results are kind of all over the place. From a physics standpoint, this game actually is pretty good in a lot of ways, but also kind of iffy in other parts. Yeah, Silver, again, is probably the most playable character, though not necessarily the most fun character. The next character we play in terms of a side character, in my opinion, is the most fun character to play, which is actually funny in my opinion, that the side character is actually more fun to play than the real characters, the main characters. Is this where you have to do the stupid thing with the camera? There's a place where like the camera really doesn't cooperate, and I don't remember if it's here or the next platform. Like you have to like fly over somewhere to get a medal, I think. It must be the next one up, because I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it must be up here. But yeah, up here. I hope this doesn't actually. This might actually be the end. Yeah, this is actually the end, so it's gotta be down here. But yeah, I'm not seeing it. I could have sworn it was in this area. Unless that's not the end of. Oh, hi. There's more up there. Okay, so this doesn't send us to the end of this segment. It just sends us up here. Got it. Okay, we're good. You actually do have to fly here because you'll fall otherwise. Oh, here we go. I think. Is it over? No, it's not over there. It's definitely here. Oh wait, is it? Oh, is it floating or am I? Yeah, I'm getting my medals mixed up. I'm getting one mixed up that's Shadows actually, where he has to jump off to the side, I think, to actually get a medal. Mash buttons, mash A. That's your best bet for most of Silver's flight time because it looks hilarious for starters, and it's actually more efficient. Strangely enough, it is actually more efficient to mash A than hold A because it trains to meter more slowly, but gives you more airtime. So that's cool. So, second segment, we get to play as Blaze the Cat, who is an interesting character. Interesting in the fact that her role in this game makes absolutely no sense. She can do this thing, whatever you want to call that. And she is actually about as fast as Shadow, I'd say. Maybe speed-wise, she might actually be in the middle between Shadow and Sonic, but I'm not entirely sure. Actually, I should be more careful and actually be thinking, where are the medals? It's apparently near here. Okay, that did not go as intended. Oh, there it is. That is easy. So there should be one more medal in this segment. I think Silver just died. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. That's all the medals for the segment. So, by the way, I should have said this earlier. X is her homing attack, which is stupid because, quite frankly, A is everyone else's homing attack, and yet Blaze has says X just arbitrarily differently, and that like works 1 out of 2 times. By the way, but Blaze's role doesn't make sense because Sonic Rush establishes that Blaze is from an alternate dimension. This game shows she's from an alternate future, so how do they rectify that? They don't even try. They make literally no effort to try to rectify this, but there's also still continuity because it's sort of implied Blaze might know Sonic. I don't know how they thought they could get away with this from a continuity standpoint. Why'd the music just get quieter? Was that just me? That's why I stopped talking, because it's like, wait, did the music just cut out? Speedrun wise, that's hard to say. This is actually the first big trick of the speedrun for Silver. Well, no, wait, that's not true. You can actually use those, like, orb things to, like, shoot yourself across the entire level. But there's actually an important trick here, and yes, I'm going to try to show it, because I like it. Oh shoot, I almost died. That would not have been good. So I think you have to go like this. Okay, I hit an invisible wall, so I didn't quite pull it off. I'm gonna try to see if I can do this. I have done this before, by the way. Okay, I did not do it right. The thing is, you can actually skip transitioning back to playing a silver, which actually makes it a lot easier to get the medals, believe it or not. Yeah, I keep hitting an invisible wall. I wonder if that's only PS3. Yeah, I don't know if that's only PS3 or if that's also. No, wait, I have done it on 360, haven't I? Maybe I'm not going far out enough. Around, yeah, there we go. So yeah, we're playing as Blaze now in Crisis City, the section that Silver is supposed to be playing. But see that medal there? Yeah, it's a lot easier to get with Blaze than with Silver. So keep that in mind. As crazy as that sounds, I'm glad I actually was able to do it within only like 2 or 3 tries, considering, again, I haven't practiced in a very long time. There we go. I think I missed one, actually. Though maybe not. I don't know. Just gonna double check some stuff. Wait, is that it? That's actually it. Okay, we're good. Got 3 medals, so there should be 1 more for this level, if I did my math right. Because we got 3 in this segment. Is it over where? No clue. But yeah, Blaze is just more fun to play in Silver, let's be real. So you can use her like homing attack to actually propel yourself forward, which is actually a substitute for actually like flying across the gap, which is what you're supposed to do. And yes, I know I'm completely cheesing the game, but I don't really mind because this game is easily cheesable. Is that 10? Yeah, I think that's 10 actually. So we're good for medals. That did not take long at all. We got a boss fight after this, so that'll take a while. Break this. And this is actually the end. But yeah, see that one really high up floating medal? That's a pain in the butt to get with Silver, trying to actually maneuver debris in a way that actually makes it easy to collect. Also, Blaze is always off-center when you do this glitch because it's not supposed to be with Blaze. It's supposed to be off to the side. We did lose out on an S rank because I decided to goof off, but oh well. We got the medals at least. So yeah, I was just not going around the barrier, the invisible wall far enough. So that's what was tripping me up. So we got all the silvers, so that's cool. Something. Continue without saving.
Come on, you monster!
Now from the standpoint of continuity, I'm not entirely sure where this is supposed to take place relative to Sonic and Shadow. I'm really not sure. This particular fight with Iblis, I don't quite know. I think it might be before, and the worm thing is just like a weekend version of Iblis. I don't actually quite follow the lore of Sonic 06. What you do in this fight, throw a chunk at him. I wish I was kidding, but this is actually all you do. He has attacks, so it's not all fun games. So when he starts doing the shaking things, hold R. RT, I should specify, or the right trigger, to collect stuff. Which may hit or may not if the game decides it doesn't really feel like doing it. I'm trying to smash a building on you. Not appreciated. It's not exactly like it isn't super telegraphed, but it's also hard to dodge because the hitbox is, well, the size of a building. Also, things miss a lot. Fair warning. This fight is actually not easy to S-rank. I'd say out of everyone, Silver's fights are legitimately hard to S-rank. A later fight in Silver Story, actually this final boss, legit took me like 10-15 tries to S rank because it has no wiggle room. You have to do a perfect run and keep all your rings to S rank. It's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, Silver Story, not the easiest thing in the world, but from a level standpoint, it's actually easier to S rank except for Kingdom Valley because Kingdom Valley is the worst. No matter who you're playing. So see, did a lot of damage. Also, the song's pretty good, now that I think about it. So now we're out of debris, so we're kind of at the mercy of RNG, unfortunately. Actually, jumping and spinning is actually more efficient. I just remembered that. Oh, it wasn't just because I wasn't showing that, it's just I legitimately forgot that that was a thing. Why did I throw everything too low? Okay.
It's not over yet. Don't let your
Is this where I do the thing, or is that after a couple hits? You have to do a special thing here. Okay, is this where he tries to blow up the platform, or... Okay. Fire breath. Got it. This fight does not stand out because on my first playthrough, air quotes, my previous playthrough, because it was actually not my first playthrough, but my first S-rank playthrough. I think I did this first try because I just lucked out. You get a move actually that makes it easier to S-rank, so you might want to S-rank it later. You get a dash move, without going into too many details. The dash move does make it considerably easier to dodge a lot of his attacks. Wow, that was a miss. And by the way, Iblis really is not a fan of this frame rate. Not having any of it. So now what's he doing? Okay, this thing. So yeah, spin. And hope you don't lose all your rings if you're trying to S-rank it. You're kind of at the mercy of RNG again. And that's it. That's the fight. Okay, so the special attack is the second fight with Iblis. Spoiler, you have to fight him again, though that's not too big of a surprise because he is like the main villain in the story, so it kind of makes sense that you actually fight him a couple times. But yeah, that's kind of a side note. I'm really hoping the game didn't freeze. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we missed out. If we had been able to hold on legit 6 more rings, we would have S-ranked it. Which again is why I say you're kind of at the mercy of RNG, and frankly bugs, because whether you get hit by those is just really largely dependent on your hit detection, unfortunately.
Looks like we stopped it for now.
But it'll just rise up from its ashes again. What's the point of all this? It'll never end.
Calm down, Silver.
Then tell me what we should do. How can we completely destroy Iblis?
By knowing the truth, of course. Just as a flower comes from a seed, or a chicken comes from an egg, everything has an origin. You need to find the being originally responsible for this catastrophe.
Is that really the answer to our problem? Tell me, do you know who it is?
To fix this present timeline, you need to change the past.
But that's impossible!
With my help, you can. Because I have the power to travel through time.
No way!
In order to change the past, You must eliminate the individual who has awakened Iblis, the Iblis trigger.
If I eliminate that guy, will our world be saved?
The day of disaster. Here are my records of this event. This was when Iblis was freed, and his flames were released into the world. And you have this person to blame.
I see it! So that blue hedgehog's the Iblis trigger?
Blue hedgehog.
I'll send us back in time to the point when the Iblis trigger was alive.
Yeah, that's the cutscene, where it's a little bit weird that she seems to kind of know who Sonic is, even though, well, weird timeline slash alternate dimension shenanigans.
Where am I? Blaze? Blaze! I guess we all got separated. This is so unbelievable. Now, I must fight for the future.
Just very, very slowly. So this is what I was talking about. The Soliana Forest is really, really large and open, and there's nothing in it. So it's kind of pointless that it's this open, but it actually is
Iblis trigger.
a complete pain in the butt to navigate.
First, I need to gather information.
So, yeah, this field as silver is not the easiest thing to navigate, because it just takes forever to get from point A to point B. Sonic at least runs fast, Shadow at least has some amount of speed to him, so it's not a complete pain in the butt, but we have to get to Tropical Jungle. Remember where that entrance was? All the way across and over a lake? Yeah, you have to walk all the way through this entire forest to get there. Now, I'm not even sure where I'm going at this point. They have a mini-map, I should mention, but the mini-map doesn't actually tell you much because it is too many. Like, it's there, but it doesn't really help you any. Also, by the way, if you're wondering where the heck am I going, I'm not actually going straight to Tropical Jungle. I'm going to see if there's a shop. By the way, this guy's mission, if I'm not mistaken, is the worst thing in the game. Bar none. So, there's a shop, it's just beyond a giant pit. Okie dokie. At least I think that's where the shop usually is. So now we actually have to find Tropical Jungle. Yeah, because it'd be nice to be able to get some upgrades before doing this next level, which is kind of a jerk. But we can do it without upgrades. I've done it before. Though not really that well, might I add. But I have done it. So, wow, the anti-aliasing on that tree is not good. Or that shadow is not good. Not the tree itself, but the shadow. I don't think I've ever seen a game where anti-aliasing just acts like pop-in objects. It's really weird.
When in doubt, consult your map.
Okay, so this is the actual way to Tropical Jungle. Yeah, there's actually a famous glitch with Silver, where if you jump, and right before you hit the water, you press X, with perfect timing, you actually skip along the water. Now, I've actually never been able to successfully pull it off, so we are going to do this the legit way. Also, if you do the button mashing thing, like I mentioned in one stage, I think it is actually possible. No, wait, wrong stage. In one of the stages, there's like a thing where you have to cross a gap. It might be Wave Ocean, where you can actually kind of cheese it. No, but Silver never goes to Wave Ocean. Never mind. What am I imagining now? I don't know what I'm thinking of. I think it might be this, where you can, if you do it just right, like maybe from like the shorter part of the shore, you can make that jump, but I don't really want to risk it. Anyway, glitch talk aside, next time we enter Tropical Jungle. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Sonic the Hedgehog.